Hello, our topic of discussion is constructional features and working principle of single phase induction type energy meter. In part A of this topic, we shall discuss constructional features only, and working principle will be discussed in the part B. Before knowing about induction type energy meter, we should understand what is electrical energy. These induction type energy meters will actually measure electrical energy. So, if we understand electrical energy properly, it will be helpful for us to understand the working principle and construction of induction type of energy meter. So, what is electrical energy? Electrical energy is the total power consumed by an electrical device over a span of time. Therefore, we can say that electrical energy is equal to the product of power and time. We can also integrate the product of instantaneous voltage applied to the load and instantaneous current flowing through the load with respect to time to get the total energy consumed by the load for a given period of time. Types of energy meters. Energy meters can be broadly classified into two groups. The first group consists of electromechanical induction type energy meters. This type of energy meters will be actually discussed by us in this topic. And the second group comprises of electronic energy meters. Now, single phase induction type energy meter. While studying indicating type of instruments, we have seen that one pointer is provided with the moving system of the instrument. The pointer rotates and indicates the reading of the instrument, but the pointer never rotates for a complete revolution. By rotating few degrees only, the pointer indicates the reading of the instrument. But in case of induction type energy meters, one disc is provided. The disc rotates continuously as long as the energy meter is connected in the circuit and the load is drawing power. The speed of rotation of this disc is proportional to the power flowing to the load, and total number of revolutions made by the disc in a given period of time is measured by the counting mechanism of the energy meter. This total number of revolutions actually gives us total energy consumed by the load in terms of kilowatt hour. So let us come to the construction part. It comprises of four main parts: driving system, moving system, braking system, and registering system. Driving system. From the diagram, it can be seen that two electromagnets has been provided here. In the upper part of the diagram, we can find one electromagnet, the name of which is shunt magnet. This shunt magnet is holding a coil, name of which is pressure coil. Pressure coil is connected across the supply. So it will carry a current which is proportional to the supply voltage. In the central limb of the shunt magnet, few copper rings are provided. Name of these copper rings are shedding bands. These copper shedding bands can move up and down to adjust the shunt magnet flux. Actually, this shunt magnet flux should lag behind the supply voltage by an angle of 90 degree in order to make this adjustment, copper shading bands are provided. Now look at the lower part of the diagram. Here we can find another electromagnet. Name of this electromagnet is series magnet. This series magnet is holding a coil, name of which is current coil. Current coil is connected in series with the load. So it will carry total load current. Both these electromagnets are provided with a core made of silicon steel laminations. Silicon steel laminations has been used here to reduce core losses. Now moving system. As we have already discussed that in the moving system of induction type energy meter, one aluminum disc is provided. So the aluminum disc can also be said as the rotor of the energy meter. The disc is provided with a light alloy shaft in order to reduce the weight of the rotor. By reducing the weight of the rotor, we can reduce friction. In this way, by designing the rotor properly, we can reduce friction. The disc is placed in the air gap between the two electromagnets, and the disc can rotate in between the two electromagnets with the help of two bearings. In the upper bearing, we find one steel pin located in the hole in a bearing cap. In the lower bearing, we find one hardened steel pivot is provided. The pivot is attached with the bottom part of the shaft, and it is supported by a jewel bearing to reduce friction. Shaft of the disc is also engaged with the registering mechanism through pinions. As we know that the number of revolutions made by the disc has to be measured. Or has to be counted. Now, braking system. In the braking system, one permanent magnet is provided near the edge of the disc. So the disc rotates within the magnetic field of the permanent magnet, and thus braking torque is produced in the disc. This permanent magnet can move radially along the disc to adjust the magnitude of the braking torque. Now, registering mechanism. Function of registering system or registering mechanism is to count the number of revolutions made by the disc. A train of gears is provided here to serve the purpose. The train of gears is having teeth ratio such that each teeth or each gear rotates by 1/10 for a complete revolution of another gear adjacent to it. Thank you.